Welcome folks to Metal and the final night of the G1 block action. We're going to find out tonight who's going to go through to the final. It's going to be AJ Styles versus Finn Balor in our main event. It was Finn Balor who betrayed AJ Styles to form the Balor Club. We've been waiting for this one for a very long time, and I know AJ Styles has as well. And depending on the result of this matchup, it could also mean that Cody Rhodes goes through to the final instead of either of them. And as we said at the start of the program, only 5 men can now qualify to go through to the final based on the points that they've garnered throughout the tournament. Those are Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe and Chris Jericho. 2 of those men are going to compete in the final, and only one of them is going to be the inaugural Metalweight Champion. But we talk about the G1, it's coming to an end for B-Block action tonight, and we're going to start with B-Block. As we look at the tables, you can see that only Samoa Joe and Chris Jericho can qualify. Joe sits at 8 points, but Jericho, if he beats the unbeaten Samoa Joe tonight, then he will tie him with points and therefore win the block because of head-to-head rules. Then again, there's Kurt Angle and Roman Reigns still fighting to see who can get the points edge here tonight, and The Miz still looking for his first win. In fact, that's where we're going to start right now. It is going to be Rhyno versus The Miz. Is The Miz going to be able to get the win he desperately craves, or is the man that suplexed Braun Strowman breaking the ring last week, Rhyno, is he going to put out all that anger and frustration onto The Miz? Rhyno last week superplexed the 400-pound Braun Strowman through the ring, and poor Miz, he stood across the ring from him. Match only just started, he wants a timeout, Balor! And The Miz suffers another defeat. The Miz can win a match in the G1, but Rhyno tears through him in a matter of seconds. But wait a minute. Oh, here's a man he'd like to tear through. It's Braun Strowman. And these two now battling outside. They're battling in the backstage area. And you can see, using everything to inflict pain upon each other, whatever they find. And Rhyno. Oh, God. Right into the office of the GM, Kevin Owens. The commissioner, his office just got destroyed by Rhyno, and a gore to Braun Strowman. Well, a wild brawl erupted between Rhyno and Braun Strowman, and we have found out that they are going to face off on the final night of the G1 in a one-on-one match. That is going to be an explosive contest. Next up, folks, it's a WrestleMania rematch. Kurt Angle versus Roman Reigns. Angle had a dodgy start to the tournament. However, a strong showing tonight is something that he would love. Roman Reigns, on the other hand, he has still got his mind warped. Flair is incensed with Roman Reigns. They're going to face off as well on the final night of G1 action. But tonight, Roman can't be focused on that. He's got to be focused on the Olympic gold medalist. It was an exciting contest when we saw it at WrestleMania, and we're seeing it again live here tonight. Reigns in trouble, and there's a belly-to-belly over the top. Angle on the announce table, but a drop-by kick. Held by the hips, and the German lands him on his head. Angle going to run at Reigns, but a big clothesline. Angle on the top rope. Moonsault doesn't connect. Big dog. Big powerbomb. Going to go for the spear, but Spear's post instead. Angle firing up, but a Superman punch from Reigns. Reigns goes for the spear, but a sunset flip. Tries for the ankle though. Going for a Superman punch again. But turned into the angle slam. Kurt Angle defeats Roman Reigns yet again. Reigns suffers defeat. Hold on a minute. There's Arn Anderson, Ric Flair and Cody Rhodes. And now they're all attacking Roman Reigns. First it was the Crossroads. Now Flair wants to get an advantage over Roman Reigns before their match. There's a reason they call him the dirtiest player in the game. That's right there is why. Well, we saw what happened last week. Cody Rhodes approached by Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. They endorsed him, and apparently now he's their new pet project. pushing Roman Reigns to the side, and now they've got Cody in his place to dish out the punishment to Roman. But it's not going to be Cody going up against Roman Reigns, it's going to be Ric Flair, and I'm sure that Reigns is going to be pissed off and ready to take down Flair on the final night of G1 action. Now folks, it's time for the main event of B-Block action. It is the Samoan submission machine, the man who has been unbeaten in this G1 so far, Samoa Joe, going up against the Ayatollah of Rock and Roller, Y2J Chris Jericho. So without further ado, is it going to be Joe or Jericho going through to the final? They lock eyes. Jericho returned specifically for this tournament to crown a new metalweight champion. Samoa Joe also signed an exclusive metal contract because of this tournament. And there is a slap. Trying to get in the head of Jericho, and it worked. Jericho thrown off his game a little bit. Rings the arm though and gets chopped in the chest. Now he's on the second rope and an axe handle. In for the cover, but a kick out by Samoa Joe. And Jericho all over Joe early on. With a win, Jericho will tie points with Samoa Joe, but because of the win, it'll mean that he goes through on head-to-head. And speaking of head, just got his head kicked in with that enziguri, and now going to hang him up in the ropes on the outside, and the Bulldog comes back in. Joe is out, goes for the Lion Salt, but lands on his feet. And Joe catches him out with a power slam, snapping Jericho's head and neck. Now going to go for that senton, but the knees are up. Jericho had the knees up, scouted it well. And now measures his man. Enziguri, but Joe still on his feet. Oh, the ropes, and a massive Western Lariat from Samoa Joe that sends Jericho inside out. Jericho has no idea where the hell he is. Picks him up again. Back elbow. And there's the senton. This time it worked. Samoa Joe's been unbeaten in this tournament. Jericho's only lost one match. And at the moment he's going to try and suplex him, but a roll through into the walls of Jericho. But kicks himself free. But goes right back into a chop. Tries to whip him, but holds on. And the belly-to-belly suplex throws Jericho across the ring. Y2J seems to be on the back foot at the moment, but there, he had that one scouted. Joe over the top rope and then gets kicked right in the face. And Jericho with a crossbody, no! Samoa Joe had it well scouted, pushing all of the body weight and the momentum of Jericho, sent him flying face first into the rampway. Look at the strength of Jericho. Powerbomb, and picks him up again for a second. Incredible core strength from the man who returned for this tournament. And what a way! Oh, wait a minute though! Muscle Buster! Code Breaker! But both men had each other scouted, and Jericho got dropped on the outside. Now Samoa Joe running off the ropes, and there's the Tope Suicida. The forearm smashing Jericho square in the jaw. That's not what you want to see flying at you. A vengeful Samoa Joe. But he's back in the ring now. And measures Jericho. Has the hands ready in the Kokita clutch. Kokita clutch. Is Jericho going to pass out? No! Rolls through into the walls of Jericho. The walls of Jericho applied in the center of the ring. Is Samoa Joe going to tap out? He's been unbeaten in this tournament so far. But Jericho would love to get the submission victory. But he gets to the ropes in the nick of time, preventing the submission and the loss. But now Y2J, where's he going? Lion Salt, no, the knees are up. Enziguri to the back of the neck. And that picks him up for the clutch. And Jericho, you can see him flailing his arms. He's desperately trying to fly out of this clutch. He's trying so hard. It's underneath the chin. He is so close to getting a hand on that bottom rope. Can he get there in time? No! On the shoulders! Muscle Buster! And Samoa Joe is through to the final. The Muscle Buster did the trick. And now it is Samoa Joe who has punched his ticket to the final of the G1. He is going to go to the pay-per-view and face one of 3 men for the right to be called Metalweight Champion. We'll take a look at the replay of this extraordinary match. It was a tope suicida through the second rope that nearly wiped Jericho out, but Jericho had the wherewithal to scout out the clutch, turn it into the walls, but the knees were up for the Lion Tamer. And then, well, you see it right here. It was a kick to the back of the skull, the clutch, which made Jericho groggy enough. I should say, made Jericho groggy enough to allow Joe to hit the Muscle Buster. Only just regaining consciousness here. It was an incredible comeback for Chris Jericho, but on this night, it is Samoa Joe punching his ticket to the final. Former UFC champion Ken Shamrock stepping into a metal ring. For the first time ever, there's a boot. Simon Gotch getting thrown about by Shamrock. And a heel kick from Ken. He has grounded and pounded Gotch. And now just frozen with ease. Wrenching on that ankle, Simon Gotch has no choice but to tap out. A dominant performance in the debut of the Ultimate Fighter, Ken Shamrock. She's going to have a chance to win the women's title at the G1 final against Sasha Banks, but tonight she's got a tune-up against Natalya and she is choking her out right now. And now Rosemary with Natalya, and there is the Exploder suplex to the Queen of Hearts. But now Rosemary picks her up and it's over now. Red Wedding. Natalya's out. Is this a sight we're going to see at the G1 finals? And now, to add insult to injury, using the bank statement, and Natalya has to tap out, but Rosemary is not letting go of the hold. And Sasha Banks, the women's champion, is nowhere to be found. And it's almost as if Rosemary is taunting her, saying, "Where are you? I'm here." Is Rosemary set to become the next NRW women's champion? Rosemary looking even more dangerous heading into a women's title match against Sasha Banks at the G1 final. And speaking of the G1, we know now that Samoa Joe has gone through to the final unbeaten. He defeated Chris Jericho and now he will compete for the metalweight title on the final night of G1 action. But who will he be facing? Let's take you now to A block and the tables for that block. It's AJ Styles, Finn Balor and Cody Rhodes, the 3 men who could walk out of here and go through to the final. If AJ Styles defeats Finn Balor and Cody Rhodes loses to DDP, then AJ Styles will go through. However, if Cody Rhodes wins his match and AJ Styles also wins his match, then Cody Rhodes will go through based on head-to-head standings. However, all Finn Balor needs is to draw or win, and he's done, he's through. And let's start off with the Intercontinental Champion Cody Rhodes. He's taken on a man who he turned his back on several months ago, Diamond Dallas Page, the man he actually pinned to take the Intercontinental title from. And now with Flair and Arn Anderson backing Cody, he's looking to be even more dominant. These two have a long past. It was Cody Rhodes who took the Intercontinental title from DDP. Page being choked by Cody in the ropes now. Page not letting Cody get off easy with that belly to belly. The Indian Deathlock, great maneuver. Gonna pancake him and there he plants him. Flair shouting words of encouragement after that DDT. Here it comes, Alabama Slam. And now Flair and Arn behind the referee's back. Cody takes advantage with a disaster kick. Arn once again. Oh, wait a minute! A spear from Roman Reigns. Reigns getting back at Flair and Arn for attacking him earlier. And meanwhile, Diamond Cutter. And thanks to Roman Reigns and DDP, Cody Rhodes has been knocked out of the G1. Well, Roman Reigns getting revenge for earlier, costing Cody Rhodes the chance to go through to the G1 final. And it is going to be Roman Reigns versus Ric Flair on the final night of G1 action. And speaking of that final night, we have also learned that it is going to be Shawn Michaels going one-on-one with Tetsuya Naito. This is after several weeks of Naito berating and belittling. Last week Michaels had enough, attacked Naito after his match with Wade Barrett, and so the match is on. Tonight though, Shawn Michaels is focused on dealing with the latest threat, the chosen one, Drew McIntyre, in G1 action. Both these men level on points at the moment. Who's going to take the advantage and go ahead in this G1? McIntyre has him set up for a massive chop. Blistering chop but a suplex. Michaels now sets him up, but belly to the corner. Catches the super kick, span around into a massive lariat. Shawn in trouble. Look at the power of McIntyre. Drew now whips him off the ropes, but here he comes with the axe handle. Michaels on the top, but look at the strength. Caught him in a tilt-a-whirl. Michaels on the top, delivers the elbow. Are we going to see the future shot DDT? No, reversal. McIntyre goes for the claymore, but a super kick instead. Shawn Michaels super kicks his way to victory. But hang on a minute. That's Tetsuya Naito with the Money in the Bank briefcase off the skull. And they're going to stomp his head in it. Naito and Michaels will go one-on-one. But Naito is here to make a name for himself at the expense of the Heartbreak Kid. Well, Naito making himself known again, attacking Shawn Michaels once more. They'll face off on the final night of the G1 action. And now, folks, it's time for the final match, the penultimate match in this G1 tournament. It is Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. Finn Balor turned his back on AJ Styles to form the Balor Club, and now it has come full circle. They're facing off in the final of A Block. But which one is it going to be? Balor or AJ? Let's take you to ringside for this historic main event. Styles has been the world champion in this company before. He wants to become the first ever metalweight champion. And so does his adversary. I think the demon is about to be unleashed. Finn Balor, as of late, has surrounded himself with his cronies. But tonight, the Balor Club have been banned from ringside. It is one-on-one. Well, Kevin Owens banned the Balor Club from getting involved in this one. We don't have to worry about them. So it is a one-on-one, Finn Balor versus AJ Styles, and this stems from Balor turning his back on the Bullet Club several months ago. And that's just going to rile up Styles. Misses the clothesline, misses the kick, reversal, leapfrog, and a drop kick catches Balor on the square of the jaw. They competed in six-man tag action alongside the Young Bucks and Gallows and Anderson at WrestleMania. He springs in, looking for the Styles Clash, but tripped. And there's a stomp. They don't have their partners tonight. It is one-on-one. Who's going through to the final? Headlock takeover. AJ has it held, but now the legs of Balor. He's back up. Kick to the stomach. Big chop sends AJ down. Good grief. That's going to send his chest beat red, and now stretching out the muscles of AJ Styles. Those tendons going to be really sore in this surfboard, but flips out, in for the cover and a kick out by Finn Balor. The Irishman now gets a taste of some forearms, but now held by the neck, misses the clothesline, on the shoulders in the backbreaker good position, I should say. Easy for me to say, but there's the powerbomb. And Balor landed right on the bridge of his spine. Going for that Styles Clash. Can he counter it? He does, and there is a missile dropkick, basement-like, into the face of AJ, who at the moment is stunned on the outside. But springs back in! Forearm shot, but a kick out. AJ Styles has only lost one match so far in this tournament. The same goes for Finn Balor, although he may be on his way to losing this one after that Hoshigoroshi comes in but gets kicked away. I think he was trying to spring back in for the phenomenal forearm. Finn Balor met him, and he's going to meet him again. Stomp to the skull. Stomping AJ Styles right into the concrete outside. Styles has no idea where he is, and now stomped again, this time into the solid steel steps. Finn Balor putting the boots to AJ in a big way. He rolls back in. Balor running off the ropes. Here it comes! Tope con Hilo. And Finn Balor wipes out AJ Styles. The Phenomenal One has been taken down, and the Demon has once again taken control. Remember, Finn Balor can settle for a draw in this one, based on the point standings. AJ Styles, though, after Cody Rhodes lost his match, now he has the chance to win this one and win the group. And he could do it there! He went for a missile drop kick, got caught into the clash position. No, Code Red! Code Red from Balor, and a kick out, and now the clash again. But kicks himself free. But now a backhand and a lariat from AJ Styles, who decks Finn Balor. Now he's on the apron, springs back in, springboard 450, goes to the outside leg, but another kick out by the Demon. What an incredible main event we're witnessing here tonight. The winner of this match faces Samoa Joe at the G1 Finals. Sling Blade, though, from Balor, trying to get back into the match. And AJ Styles has been rocked momentarily. And another drop kick. Missile DK from Balor, who wipes out Styles. And we know what's coming next. It is the finishing touch, the coup de grace, but he lands on his feet. And a high down the knee, and there it is! Calf crusher applied. He is wrenching on that knee. Finn Balor has nowhere to go. AJ is wrenching back, but he gets to the ropes just in time. How about that? That was close. But Balor's knee may be messed up now. He is once again trying to put him away with that patented Stars Clash, but wipes his feet out and stomps right onto his face. The soles of his boot scraped against his cheekbones. But AJ on the outside comes in for the phenomenal forearm, perhaps. No! Caught out. Bloody Sunday, maybe. No, rang around. Has him held. Stars Clash coming. Hurricane Rana, though. Whips him into the corner. Lands on the top rope and kicked right off. And you can see where AJ's foot got caught in the turnbuckle. He's hung upside down. He has nowhere to go. And oh my god. No way. He wants a coup de grace from there. No. Now it's Balor in trouble. And bombs the hell out of him. Picked up. Styles Clash. AJ Styles is going to the final. What a match, and what an ending for AJ Styles to get out of that predicament and manage to win the match. Just goes to show you why he is one of the best in the world. And at the G1 Finals we will see who is truly the best in the world. But first, let's take a look at the replay of this incredible match. The Stars Clash counted into a code red. Then there was a spring forward 450, a thing of beauty. AJ was on the top though, got kicked down, had his leg caught, but AJ managed to get Balor in the same predicament he was in. And then a phenomenal forearm to a hanging Balor, and then finally the finishing touch, the Styles Clash, dropping Balor and making sure he goes to the final. As you can see, Balor's good brother, his Balor Club brethren, Luke Gallows, tries to console him. But this is the man who's going to the final to face this man, the Samoan submission machine, who earlier tonight beat Chris Jericho to win his group unbeaten. AJ Styles has his hand raised in victory. Balor suffers a setback. AJ's through to the final. And the final is going to take place in a couple of weeks' time. It is going to be uploaded to YouTube right here. We're not only going to see a new metalweight champion be crowned, we're going to see so many huge grudge matches, including this one between these two beasts, the man beast Rhyno and the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Last week, Rhyno suplexed Strowman so hard it broke the ring. I can't imagine what they're going to have to do to reinforce the arena come the G1 final. And not only that, another championship on the line, this time the NRW Women's Championship. Sasha Banks puts her championship on the line against Rosemary. But let's not forget the issue of Naomi and Tamina. They helped Sasha Banks in her last title defense. Are we going to see them come up again? And at this one, it is a match that Ric Flair actually challenged Reigns to, and Reigns gladly accepted. It was at WrestleMania where Reigns told Flair, "I don't need you anymore." He speared him, but what is the outcome going to be when the G1 final hits? And this one, it is a dream match. The legendary Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels takes on the man who's just come to Metal to try and make a name for himself at the expense of HBK. Here's Mr. Money in the Bank, Tetsuya Naito. I can't wait for that. And this, we found out AJ Styles is through to the final. He has to face Samoa Joe. These two are the block winners of their respective blocks. The winner of this match will win the G1 and will become the first ever Metalweight champion. Will it be the Samoan Submission Machine? Will it be the Phenomenal One? There's only one way to find out. Tune in to the G1 final.